Right, now then. This is further paperwork from Wirral Metropolitan Borough Council. Now, we would ask in all this paperwork that we put up, simply to ask yourself, has the council acted reasonably, fairly, equitably? In other words, is the council serving members of the public or serving themselves? And whatever else. Okay, because we'll leave it up to the court of your own conscience. Alright, make up your own mind of what exactly Wirral Metropolitan Borough Council is doing. Okay, let's go up. There we go. Okay, that's the first letter. Let's see if we can take that down. Okay, let's go to the next one. Going to come out a bit big first. There we go. This is the second page. Awesome. It sounds damning, doesn't it? For those people like yourselves who do not know what exactly went on, this is very damning. You see how the council puts things in a way that this old woman is damned by them. Let's look at this line here. Mr. Mike O'Brien, okay, second from the bottom. Second paragraph. Advised that you had hidden. Sorry? What wording is that? Who advised? Mr. O'Brien advised that you had hidden, sounds like he had advised, that he had hidden equipment in the garden belonging to others, moved furniture and placed dog feces on garden furniture, and that some of this had been captured on video, confirming you as the perpetrator. This is considered to be a deliberate act. No video evidence was ever given. And Mike O'Brien, when he stood up and declared himself basically in words to be a police officer in the meeting, well, interrogation room actually, didn't have any evidence. Well, no evidence. You see, the thing about it is this, ladies and gentlemen, you may come to this situation yourself, where the council is laying all these words out, and they're words, there's no proof, there's none whatsoever, and they equally were challenged over their words, and we'll come to that. But one of the main things here is that they're saying tenants. There were no tenants complaining. And this was put to the council time and time and time again. It wasn't tenants that were complaining, and that they were using the word tenants in order to make out that it was individual persons that were complaining against this old woman. It was in fact a family that had moved in who were guilty, officially guilty by the courts of antisocial behaviour and of physically attacking people. They were the culprits. But the council won't say that because they're afraid of the thugs of this family. Afraid to tackle them. It's easier to tackle an old woman, you see. These are cowards. The council, Wirral Metropolitan Borough Council, are cowards. Right, let's get to the next one. Oh, that's just the finish. Yours sincerely, Cindy Bowen, Homeless Assessment and Prevention Officer, Wirral Housing Options. Chalmers has written, both tenants and council had long run-ins with Mr. Kirby, poisoning his mind against me. And he clearly giving in to the constant something of me. Okay, so the council basically, and she's right here, the council had continually phoned up, met her landlord. Okay, let me just go back one. Okay, her landlord, and harassed him until he got to the point where he just couldn't take any more. So the easiest thing is to issue her with Section 21 and just get her out of the property, get the council off his back. Now, lazy buggers can't even get. This is the laziness of the mind. Jim Kirby, right? First line, first paragraph. It's not, it's Kirkby. There's a K in it. Alright, now, in reply to this letter, alright, we have this. Where are we now? This, by the way, was a letter from the gentleman who actually got her off the street and into a flat and paid for the furnishings of the flat and sorted out her utilities and left her to it, and then took on legal cases for her. Now that was a complete stranger that did that. Now the gentleman who put this together has followed, he didn't know at the time, he says, that Mr. J, or Jim Kirkby, was spelt Kirkby. He simply followed Cindy Bowen. Okay. Now do you see how the first letter, if you compare what's been said here and another couple of letters of response to that first letter by Cindy Bowen, that these letters of reply destroy the first letters of the council. All right? You see again how it all falls to pieces. The letters of the council. Okay, last one comes up. Oh, it's just that. Now, did the council rebut everything that was said in these letters? No. Having not done so, therefore not being able to answer the honesty of what was written against the first letters, they left off. And all they could do, Wirral Metropolitan Borough Council, in all their correspondence, is ignore their correspondence, as it were, when it was pulled to pieces. They can't reply. Oh yes, they're wordsmiths. There's no evidence that they provide. They say they have evidence. They say they have this, that and the other. Never provided it. It's simply words with them. And when those words are challenged and undone and shown to be what they are, simply words, Wirral Metropolitan Borough Council are then stumped. They can't reply. They can't pull to pieces the reply to their letters. Their letters, however, are pulled to pieces and shown to be an act of deceit by deceitful people. And they have to be deceitful people because they express themselves with deceit. One is joined with the other, and they are therefore declaring themselves deceitful people. We don't have any opinion. We don't have any grudge against these people. We just declare things academically as they are. If we saw somebody breaking into a house, we're justified in saying that they are criminals, housebreakers. It's not defamatory. If a person writes things out like these have written them, what is it that common sense is saying to us? That the person writing them out is being deceitful, and therefore it must come from the hand of deceit. Simple as that. Council is supposed to serve us, not to attack us, and especially old women. But then again, an old vulnerable woman, the council will attack. Clearly, because there's a young family of tenants known to the police and known to the council for antisocial behaviour, for starters. They don't want to deal with it. The council don't want to deal with them. The police don't want to deal with them. Because those persons are in a lot of trouble. And so the deceitfulness of the council equally in that is to say that they are tenants. Yes, they are tenants. But they are a family of tenants. They're one with the other. They're not individual tenants that don't know one another. And the council is trying to make out that a Mrs. Miggins of number, say, 4, and a Mr. Tomlinson of number 6, and a Mrs. Green of number 8 have all complained. No, it's one family split into various rooms, flats in that property. Joined together as a family. Crafty, you know. Crafty of them. Let's see what else we've got for this lot.